gospel. It's everything that God is. It's everything that He's said. It's everything that He's created, including you and I. It's what He's created us for and what He's created us to do. And at the center of the gospel is Jesus Christ. You know, in Scripture we have so many word pictures that help us to understand unity and togetherness, that we are created to need and created to be needed. The New Testament gives us lots of pictures of this. We see that we are like a body, that we have many members and we're all held together. All these members have different functions that complement one another, just like our own bodies. But in the body, it says that Jesus is the head. We see a building being built up, that we are individual stones of this building. But in the building, that Jesus is the cornerstone. We say that we are like a flock and that Jesus is the shepherd. We say we are like a tree and Jesus is the true vine and each of us are branches of it. But there's a picture that isn't just colorful, it's actually truth. That Jesus Christ gives us the right to be called sons and daughters of God. We are family. So in community, we experience discipleship. In community is where we experience God fully. It's a beautiful picture of God's purpose for His family, the church. And last, and most certainly not least, His mission. You see, the church doesn't have a mission. We can get creative and come up with statements to say what we're about, and there's nothing wrong with that. God's a creative God, and He's created His creation to be creative. But it's God that has a mission. You see, in the beginning of the world, when He created everything, He gave man first work to do. Everything that He created was good, but it is man, you and I, that messed all that up. But here's something that we just have to hold on to. We had to leave the garden, but God never left us. In the Old Testament, God makes this covenant with us, saying that because of our sin, there has to be payment, and the weight of that is heavy. It costs a whole lot. But He said, being a loving God and a just God, I demand that. So if I don't do my part, I'm going to pay for it. He also said, son, daughter, if you don't do your part, if you reject me, if you turn against me, if you sin against your fellow man, I'm going to pay for it. And this is the promise to the world. And Jesus Christ, as said before, is the center of the gospel. He came and fulfilled that promise. He came and modeled love, taught love. He is love, and He was love poured out for you and I. It is the gospel. And so Jesus Christ did all that. And in Him, what He did for us is He Himself made us right before a holy God that demands justice because He's loving. And it doesn't end there. You see, a lot of times we get stuck on just knowing something, but God didn't create us just to know. He created us to do. And so Jesus Christ sends us. He says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, all tribes and tongues, here and everywhere. God's given us a mission to do. It is His mission. He fulfilled it, and the way He's fulfilling it today is He chooses to use you and I to fulfill His great commission. So what does that specifically mean for Grassroots? So finally, I want to say thank you for taking the time to watch this quick video. And I want to invite you, if you live in the Springs and you are not already plugged into a church, and you're searching and you're looking for a place that you can plug in to call your home, to utilize your gifts and talents for the glory of God and the good of those that live in our city, we want to invite you to come join us. We love this city. Would you join us to do just that, to love this city with the love of Jesus Christ? And if you are someone that's watching this video and you live far off in another state or a country, I want to invite you to partner with us. There's great joy in partnering for the sake of the gospel. And I want to ask, would you join us? Would you be intentional about praying for Colorado Springs?